Hey y'all, I just wanted to do a quick video about why I don't fertilize my in-ground fig trees. And this tree is not fertilized at all, but you can see that it's getting figs with the new growth pretty much coming out at every node. So there is no shortage of fruiting and there's no shortage of vigor at all with the growth on this tree. And the soil that we have out here where I'm at in Texas is called Houston black clay. So really any kind of heavy clay soil that you run into is going to be packed with nutrients. But the trick is getting your tree to be able to access those nutrients. And so one of the biggest problems that you can run into when it comes to the tree's ability to get those nutrients is compaction. And this heavy clay soil, because the particles with clay are the finest particles that you can get, whether it's clay, silt, or sand, clay is going to be the finest, so it compacts really easily, especially when it's wet. And so when that soil gets too compacted, it's really hard for the roots to expand out into it, but it's also hard for air from the atmosphere when you have a high pressure system come in to push air down into the soil. And so the reason why it's important for air to get into your soil is so that all those different microbes that are aerobic, meaning they like air, so anaerobic microbes don't use air, but the aerobic microbes wind up creating relationships with the roots that are going through the soil. So your soil is putting out different types of, they're called exudates, which are basically sugars, and then those microbes are feeding on the sugars. But the microbes, through the way that they interact with those sugars, they're also helping make the different types of nutrients, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the potassium, the iron, the boron, all those different minerals that are in the soil. It helps make it available for your tree to pick up through its root system. So one way that you can help, again, especially with clay soils, is making sure it's not too compacted. So I'm a big fan of using a broad fork to lift the soil without turning it over. And then you add organic matter in the form of compost all around that, and then mulch. And that's going to help boost that microbial activity. And that's really going to play so much into creating a soil ecology that's going to make all the nutrients that are already there available. And then you don't need to worry about adding any kind of fertilizer at all, because most synthetic fertilizers are ultimately soluble salts. And as the salt starts to build up in that soil, it's going to make it really difficult for the different microbes and bacteria and even the beneficial fungus to live there as well. And the tree can become dependent on it, so it won't be prioritizing those relationships anyway. So you don't need to fertilize in-ground trees.